Hello everyone, this one is really challenging, not just to me, also to you, because it's really complicated. And in this video, I'm gonna introduce you how Chinese people calculate their fortune. So the first thing we need to know today is all those theory is from Taoism, and it's a really cool thing. When people talking about Confucianism, both of them is originally from China, but Confucianism is boring, rigid, all about ruling, how to become a good governor, how to become an obedient peasant. But Taoism is all about the principle of the universe. It's not human-made thing. So the first thing they taught us is 天道无情. The principle of the universe is cruel. No mercy, no kindness, they just cruel. And the things you know, like the feng shui thing and the yin yang thing and fortune telling thing, and also the very beginning level of treatment is from Taoism. And also, if you really like ghost story, Taoism also taught you how to maybe catch the ghost or maybe expel those ghosts in your house. So there are lots of cool theory inside Taoism. To me personally, I think Confucianism is much like Capricorn, very rigid, boring. It's all about you should do this, you shouldn't do that, that is good, that is bad. Taoism is much like Aquarius. It's like I sit upon the sky to watching people, watching all the things, how this world running. So before we start, we have to know how Chinese people calculate time first. There are two concepts. The first one is 天干 and the second one is 地支. What is 天干 means? 天干 means 10 Chinese character is 甲乙丙丁戊己辛庚壬癸. And then is 地支. 地支 also mean 12 Chinese characters is 子丑寅卯辰巳午未辛酉戌亥. It's complicated, I know, so I'm translating into something you can understand. So 甲乙丙丁戊己辛庚壬癸 is A B C D E F G H I J, and then 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥 is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. And then the calculating is like A for 1, B for 2. So the first one is 甲子 means A1, and the second one is 乙丑 means B2. And then when it up to 10 is like J10, right? But the next one is A11, so it's become 甲戌. So and so on to finish the whole circle take 60. I can't explain why the 天干 why is 10, but I can explain why is 12. So 12 is really interesting number. So what else is 12? Like the number on your clock is 12, right? For the Chinese traditionally, when we finish the one circle means one day, and so one 地支 means 2 hours. So when we say 子时, the hour of 子 means today's 11 o'clock and the next day 1 o'clock. Most of the time we will use this system to calculate years. So like this year is 2023, right? So we also call this year the year of rabbits because it's 12th zodiac animal. And it's also called the year of 癸卯, means J4. According to this logic, so the next year is 2024, right? And it's also the year of dragon and also the year of 甲辰, means the A5. Then as you can see, one animal is associated with one 地支, right? And when we're doing the social communication, people sometimes will ask, oh, I was born in the year of maybe dragon. So which year's dragon? Like if someone is 12 years older than you, so the 天干 will be different and they reveal different kind of personality in some way. And also Chinese people will use this system to name some important event. Like in English, there are a very important revolution happened in China. It's called the Revolution of 1911. But in Chinese, we will say that the Revolution of Xinhai 革命. And then let's move on to the next section. If you still not give up, it's also really complicated. The whole thing, we call it 八字. It means 8 words or 8 characters. And then according to these characters, a fortune teller, a sifu, could tell you what's gonna happen inside your life, how is your personality. This is basically the same thing. If you need to check your birth chart, you need to put in the year you are born, your birthday, the time you were born, and the location, right? So in the 八字 system, it's pretty much the same. This is called 四柱, means the year, the month, the day, and the time. So if you put in your birthday inside the 八字 system, it comes out 8 characters. And these 8 characters is using a Chinese traditional way to write down the time when you were born. So this is pretty much like the ASC, the sun sign and the moon sign, and plus the sign of the Jupiter. And then if you understand astrology in the West, it feels like they ignore the Venus, the Mars, the Mercury sign, but maybe in the explanation included, but how they calculate it, just ignore it. To set up an example, I'm using the time when I'm doing the notes. So the time is 2023, July 11 at 11 o'clock at the morning. And it comes out like this. I'm not an expert of this, so if I get it wrong, don't blame me. So the most important thing in a 八字 is the 天干 of 日柱, means here is the 庚. According to the 八字 theory, this place represents you as a whole person. In astrology, means somebody's moon sign, right? Chinese style prefer to using the moon to represent me, not just the sun sign. And in some way it's correct. Okay, this is gonna be funny and complicated. You know, the 庚 is yellow. It means it belongs to gold, according to the 5 elements theory. And also, when I check the time in a birth chart, this is the moon sign, is located in Taurus. You know, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus in Chinese is called the planet of gold. So it's about good taste thing, good looking thing, precious stuff. And then the explanation in the application says that this person has a luck, has a fortune to taste good stuff, to eat good stuff, and his life quality is pretty good. So if I do it in astrology, maybe I could get the same conclusion. According to the 5 elements theory, as a gold person, you need fire and wood energy to help you. If the birth chart has red and green, means just all by yourself is fine. So if it wasn't or not enough, means that your life couldn't be balanced. Maybe you will find someone has stronger fire or wood energy, or you may need to wear lots of red, orange, bright color clothing to help you balance. I did not find a lot of people to do the experiment, but to me and some of my friends, I think this is pretty correct and funny. So my moon sign is in Pisces. Pisces, it means the ocean water, right? But in 八字, it's called 癸. There are 10 天干, right? And 5 elements. So 2 天干means 1 element at the end of it. So 壬 and 癸 also belong to water. And these 2 water is very different. The first 壬 water means the usable water, like the river water. You can use them to drink or farming or do something else. But the ocean water means very white, very useless. And that is exactly like Pisces meaning. like you do a lot of things is useless, emotional thing. And I think the great word about this is they say people has 癸水 means there are good people, they are very nice. We have a saying is called 上善若水. The topest level of kindness is like water because they are doing good to everything and keeping silence. So the useful, not useful thing is defined by human being, and we just doing good stuff and sacrifice a lot and say nothing. And then one of my friends whose moon sign is in Sagittarius, also ruled by Jupiter, as Pisces, and Sagittarius also ruled by Jupiter in old days. And also she has the 癸水命 too, so pretty much the same. So this is why become friends. And they told her to, you will be better when you go away because your moon is in Sagittarius. It's about long distance. And if you're familiar with astrology energy, you know that the Pisces or Neptune energy is about soul, spiritual thing. And then why 癸 is called 癸is because this is the polite way to say 鬼 means ghost. And this is showing up the Chinese attitude when we talk about spiritual thing and mysterious thing. Actually, we want to become a philosopher. We want to understand how this word running, got explanation of everything. What is useful, what is not useful is defined by human being. Sometimes something is useless at the beginning, but at some point of history, it becomes useful. So we just seeing further, you just seeing wider person. For people who didn't understand it or just have a very limit of understanding of this word, they will become superstitious. They just think we are superstitious and their self also superstitious. Again, because I'm not an expert of this, so what I can tell is really limited, but it's really interesting to know, right? And I can tell you that 八字 is pretty common when we're saying things like maybe you're not wrong and they're not wrong, and it's wrong to put two things together, like maybe your boss didn't wrong and you're also a good person, but when you join in this company, it just feel everything is wrong. We would say that 八字不合 means your 八字 and their 八字 is couldn't match. If the situation is even worse, we would say 八字相冲. 冲 means this against to each other. So when you met someone and you just want to argue with him, that is means you and he may be 八字相冲. Okay, this is all for this video. It's super funny and super complicated and super superstitious, and hope you enjoy it. See you next time.